Good afternoon, everyone. And today we're going to preview the Women's World Cup final. And we've got a great match with the home team, the Red Roses, go England, versus the Black Ferns of New Zealand. So, to go over what we got, let me tell you. So, at 1, loosehead Vicky Cornbrough for England. At 2, hooker Amy Cocaine. 3, tight head Sarah Burns. She's only 20 years old. As a U19, U18, she was second row. Or no, she was back row. She's evolved into a front rower, and she was ridiculous last week against France, winning, player of the match. So that is impressive, right? At 4 lock, we've got Abby Scott. 5 lock, we've got Tamara Taylor. At blindside flanker, we've got Alex Matthews. At open side flanker, we've got Marley Packer. At number 8, we've got Sarah Hunter, captain. At scrum half, we've got Natasha Hunt. Number 10, got Katie McLean. At inside center, we've got Rachel Burford. At number 13, outside center, a change due to injury at the fullback, we have Megan Jones taking over for Emily Scarrett. At blindside wing, we got Kay Wilson. At open side wing, we have Lydia Thompson. And Emily Scarrett shifts over for Danielle Waterman to fullback. It really sucks to see Nolly out. She was pulled for a concussion in their match against France. And here's a big issue for me. Why is she pulled for a concussion, but Sonny Bill Williams, who was knocked out cold and then, got back to it, is somehow still starting tomorrow or the Bledisloe Cup? Makes no sense. Let's hit the bench. Vicky Fleetwood, 16. Rochelle Clark, 17. Justine Lucas, 18. Harriet Millar-Mills, 19. 20. It's Izzy Noel-Smith. 21. Latoya Mason. 22. Amber Reed. 23. Amy Wilson-Hardy. So, going over this matchup for the English, I was a little concerned as far as the matchup is for the 10-12 channel that New Zealand presents. But starting Megan Jones, I don't think you lose much because Scarrett is still on the field at all. So it's really there. Scarrett's a fine player. At fullback, I think she will be very good. She plays fullback all the time, but it's a little different here with Waterman out. Waterman and Scarrett on the field at the same time provided you something else. Looking at the bench, it's about as strong as you're going to get. Harriet Millar-Mills at flanker, Justine Lucas, Rochelle Clark, Vicky Fleetwood. You have, oh my gosh, you have a front row that you could insert with over 200 caps. Whoa. We saw that last week against France when they did a whole line change up front. It was wild. It was effective. It was necessary. In the backs, Izzy Noel-Smith, Latoya Mason, Amber Reed, Amy Wilson-Hardy, all great players. And, for those of you watching at home here in America, there's only one fully professional women's national side, and that's England. They have 2 sides on contract. They have a total of – they had because after this thing's over, their contracts will expire. That's a problem. that's a different issue, which I've discussed previously on our governance talk with Tosin Touche-Tomwe of Viral Rugby. And it is what it is. So they are launching a professional league. So hopefully all of these women do have places on one of those 10 professional teams. So we'll see how that goes. But all in all, I mean, they had 16, think about this, 16 full-timers and 32 part-timers on contract. Wow. So, and that's, one of the reasons why they won. That's one of the big reasons why they won the Grand Slam. It's one of the reasons why they have a puncher's chance to, just sweep. All right, so let's go to the Black Ferns. Oh, wait. And this shows you all about who I'm choosing because it's a push. Oh. Look at that. Look at that jersey. Isn't that nice? Wow. Boom. So, like I said, it's a push. I really would love to see the Red Rose win. The Black Ferns are also a great side. Very classy group of young women. Actually, they're not young. Some of them aren't young women. Some of them are, my age. So, very classy group of women out there. So, let's get into the Black Ferns. Number 1, Loosehead, Toka Natua. Number 2, Hooker, Captain, Fiao'a Famasili. 3, Aldora Itunu, tight end. Number 4, lock, Eloise Blackwell. Number 5, lock, Charmaine Smith. Number 6, blindside flanker, Charmaine McMenamin. Number 7, open side flanker, Sarah Goss. Number 8, and the best name in this whole tournament, Aroha Savage. 9, scrum half, Kendra Coxedge. 10, fly half, Victoria Sabritsky-Nafatali. Number 12, inside center, Kelly Brazier. 13, outside center, Stacey Waka. 11, blindside wing, Renee Wycliffe. 14, open side wing, Portia Woodman. 15, fullback, Celicia Winiata. There's no changes for New Zealand in this match. I was wondering about Famasili. She came out pretty early against us. And maybe that's just, time management. And she was getting beat up. But she's fit and she's ready to go. And she's going to lead the Ferns out there against England. So going to the bench, we've got Takara Nada Aruga Mate. Man, I think I've destroyed that name 3 times. So pardon me. Sosoli Talawuda. 18, Alicia Nelson. 19, Rebecca Wood. 20, Leslie Kitu. 21, Christina Sue. 22, Teresa Fitzpatrick. 23, Carla Hohepa. Again, these are 8 players that could start, no problem. Going forward, I think it's sort of just like England. They can bring these women in and lift their game depending on who they're playing. I think against England, it's going to be a little different. That fresh legs are fresh legs no matter what. I think the way if England can come out and try and enforce their will, and the same thing with the Black Ferns. On the other is like that you take them out of their comfort zone. We really did that. The Women's Eagles did a great job pulling them out of their comfort zone, and they went in 12-5 at the half. So, no, 15-7 at the half. And you're going, Wow. Right? So it will be interesting to see what's going on and what they bring. The line from Ladbrokes is -3. Paddy Power had England -3.5. So this thing is close. Just like the England versus France match was close. I'm not sure where to go, but for me, it's a push. I would love for the England women to win in spite of all the old men that run the RFU that decided to cut their contracts. Not despite, but in spite. I hope you understand where that comes from a little bit. The ref crew is Joy Neville. Congratulations. That is awesome. You've done a great job this year. And during this tournament, you've been a great ref. There's no one better to be out there. Assistant ref, Graham Cooper. Assistant ref, Holly Davidson. TMO, Simon McDowell. This is a great reffing crew. So this, I think the women will be allowed to play and play hard. But if he gets chippy, there's going to be some cards. What I saw from New Zealand against the United States is that they can play very well with 14 on the field. But that's also the same with England. They did that against – they both proved that they could play very well with 14 on the field against the United States women. So it's going to be very interesting overall. I think they're going to hit hard. They're going to hit fast. Matchup-wise – you've got a very young front row starting for England, and then they've got, their old hands that can just rack, sitting on the bench ready to go and reinforce everything into the second half. And, it's just going to be a little bit different. Can't really pinpoint what the weakness will be. Again, New Zealand's ball security against the United States was in question a lot. A little bit for England against France, but I want to say for the most part, if I'm being objective and pull like my rooting interest, my heart out of the United States, France was a much closer matchup to England than we were to New Zealand. So for me, yeah, the difference between the number 4 and the number 2 team, I guess, prior to losing the Rayburn Shield to England in the summer series, they were, basically the de facto number 1 team. So basically a team that's a side that's tied for top of the rankings with England. It's like there was a big difference, but it was also a lot closer than people would think. So I really don't know where to go. If England is able to punch them in the mouth and maintain their composure, I think England can win by, 3 or even a full try. But if they're not, the one thing that New Zealand knows how to do is when you make mistakes, they go eat. When you make mistakes, they score almost every time. So got to maintain possession, got to ruck over, got to be physical, and do all the awesome things that you're capable of doing every week in and week out. And the difference is, I think, England played 4 more matches than New Zealand this year. So difference is in the preparation. Just like the difference between New Zealand and the United States was in the preparation. New Zealand played 8 matches before the World Cup. The United States played a total of 4. So who's going to win with similar athletes? The team that plays more together and is assembled more together. So again, with similar athletes, who's going to win? England has played 4 more games than New Zealand, so I would hazard that New Zealand would be the loss leader here. Again, it's a World Cup final, so it doesn't matter. especially with the line at 3. It's a push at best to me. I don't even. I think that line's a little high. It should be like a 1. So that's what you got from me on Black Ferns versus Red Roses. And see you guys all tomorrow on Twitter. I've got a race in the morning. So I will catch the United States Women's Eagles versus the France Feminines on replay. That sort of sucks. But I will catch this match live. And look forward to discussing later. You can catch me on Twitter at the Strobro. When this thing ends, I'll put in all my information for you to contact me via social media. Or you can just inbox me. I check the messages on here, but no one ever sends YouTube messages anymore. It's kind of weird. So like, subscribe, post a comment. Always up for, as Paul the Driving Mall says, always up for good rugby chat. So thank you for your time.